Boy, oh boy, it's time to tell the world that Counter-Strike isn't only about how to throw smokes and flashes, how to peek and how to train your aim. And while these are very important things, I do get it, I feel like there is something that people are missing. Something quite important. Wait, let me come closer to you. Let me tell you in secret. You have 4 other people in your team. What? You did not just say that? Well, yes, I did. You might not want to hear it, but it might be your own fault that you are losing. There's only so much you can do alone. You cannot 1v5 the enemy every single round, and if you want to win, at some point you will need to do it with your team and not alone. So, let's get into the video. Number 1 rule, don't play alone. Surprise, surprise, Counter-Strike is a team game. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in a team. You are one of these people. That's only 1/5 of the team, and this is why it's important to understand that you alone won't win a game by yourself.
The numbers don't lie!
Only in special cases can you win if you're playing against people who are way worse than you, but what's the fun in that? For this reason, it is very important that you know the people you play with. It is absolutely the most unpractical thing to play solo if you really want to get better at the game.
What do you want? Green.
Chicken. There are websites like teams.gg, TeamFind, or a very practical Reddit site like r/recruitcs, where I found most of the people I'm playing with. I'm playing with some of them since years, and I know it might sound hard because some people are not good socially, which is a completely fine thing. It also took me years to have an okay amount of people to play with, and I've been struggling with finding people for a long time too, but with time it will get drastically better if you just try. Number 2 rule until forever. Communicate. This rule is absolutely important, especially if you are trying to get new people to play with. But I did realize over the years that people clearly don't know how to communicate well, and I am not only talking about CS. With parents, friends, at your job, the general ability of humans to communicate is trash, and online, the extra anonymity makes it even worse. Let me teach you how to communicate better. There are some rules that I have about communication in CS. First rule, you speak even if not spoken to. Say things that you think might help the team move forward. Information kept to yourself is information that is not used to its fullest potential. I have bombed.
Hey.
Fuck my ass. Okay, not a good example. Maybe this. I'm staying on it.
I have BF, so
30 seconds. Here's bomb. He flashed top mid. Playing under platform. So he is mid.
okay.
Coming A, ramp.
Oak.
Oh! Easy. But Balin, what if I fail or do something stupid or an idea of mine doesn't work? Good. You will learn from it, and next time you will do better. There's no learning without failing. You will need to understand that sooner or later. You might even talk too much, and that's okay too. Your teammates will tell you. Hopefully as nice as possible, and if not, then still. Rule 2, you don't insult. Imagine you had an idea, your team agreed to try it, but it fucks up. Now they are mad at you cause you had the idea. Well, what do? Don't answer me, I don't hear you, you are just talking to your screen. Let me tell you instead, you don't insult your teammates. You just don't. The longer you manage to keep the inner structure of your team steady, the more chances you have against the enemy. It's a fight of attrition sometimes, and if you insult back or talk shit, you weaken the structure of your team. You wanna win after all, so you will have to do things that are uncomfortable. But let's say that you wanna tell something to your teammates, then rule 3 is for you. If you have to tell teammates something, you do it politely. Here's a situation. You're playing Inferno. You hold B from CT, an enemy has snuck through CT from long, and you have no idea how. Yeah, just imagine the bot's dead, okay? Now you will have to tell your teammate who allegedly holds long that they should watch out more. How do you do it? A. Fuck bitch, bitch, fuck ass, fucker of mother, you bitch, you suck. B. Okay dude, they came through CT, that really sucks, can you take a bit more care on long? C. How is your mother? I haven't seen her since last night. I know it's hard, but it's a trick question. You will think it's A, but it's actually B. There were no times in the history of the world where being mean and angry helped in this case. You can tell teammates things that they could do better, but you do that in a constructive way. Worst case scenario, the guy doesn't listen to you. Now you at least know that the enemy might sneak through and can even use this knowledge against the enemy. It's
He
shot,
just-
black screen, and then me laying on the ground, not even on the right position.
That would be beautiful.
If you are mean about it, there is a 0% chance that it will get better. Now, if you are at least nice about it, there's a little bit of chance that it will get better. And if you want to win, I think the decision is quite clear. Ow! A banana fell on my head. Also, the fourth rule. I hate that I have to say this, but treat teammates like humans. I just hate that I feel like this has to be said. This should be the norm, but it isn't. The guy screaming slurs at you, well, he might have a hard time with family. The other guy who's getting mad at the game might have had a horrible day. The guy who's underperforming, well, he really loves the game and really wants to be good at it. Now, I'm not saying that every single player is deeply traumatized, but what I am saying is that you have no idea about it. Muting them and not caring is way healthier for all of you than going into it and answering them in a mean way. I think I speak for the players of all online games ever when I say, let's be a bit more human. Communication is a very intricate thing, but I truly feel like that these 4 simple ideas help with the mood you have while playing and also helps your teammates. Now, this doesn't mean that using these 4 rules is enough. You will have to improve what informations you give out to your team. I could also make a video about that. And you can improve the strats and ideas you have, but these rules are a great base. What's going on with these dramatic sounds? Also, rule number 3 to win. Don't be a goddamn ego player. What is even an ego player? Well, great question, Timmy. Give me a kiss right now. Surprisingly, I truly feel like ego players are cut out to be great players, they just have stupid decisions. Why do I think that? Well, very simple. I used to be an ego player and now I am a great player. Sometimes in CS you will have to be aggressive in weird situations to win rounds, and that's not inherently bad if you communicate it well. Aha! I told you, we went full circle. Communication. Fucking idiot, can't even say communication properly. I told you communication stands above all. And honestly, if you take rule number 1 to heart and find people to play with, then this rule kinda just, well, solves itself. Because playing with people you know naturally makes you be less egoistic and makes you work in a team more. And if this is not the case, then what are you doing? Respect your teammates. Being egoistic won't get you anywhere on the long run. You can manage until a specific level of skill, but as soon as the enemy actually plays as a team, all you will be is a stupid, useless, egoistic rock. And if you've been living for more than 2 seconds, you know that rocks just don't achieve much. Rule number 4. Reflect and perfect. I see a lot of people just go from match to match, giving themselves no time to learn from their mistakes. Now, this kinda works, but if you wanna get better, I strongly suggest you to look at what you do wrong and what you do right. I don't think improvement only happens while being in the match. I honestly think exactly the opposite is true. You get better way more outside of live matches, but in a different way. While being in the match, your aim might get better, your game feel might get better, you get routined, but looking at recordings or even better demos of your game, where you can see the enemy improves decision making when it's the most important. You seeing yourself do stupid decisions is a great way of learning, because you know what you were thinking in a situation and you can think about why maybe it was or wasn't a good decision. You learn all this only with reflection, and if you don't trust me about this, trust every pro there ever was. What do you think? What do pro teams do in between big events? It's playing and reflecting, playing and reflecting.
Definitely, you know, if there's aspiring pros out there who are listening or anything, the fastest way, the most beneficial thing you can do to improve is watch your own games back.
Yeah.
If you feel like your knowledge and skill in the game is stuck, go and look at some of your demos. And I truly mean look at them. Go into detective mode. What did I do wrong? What did I do right? What should have I done? It will take a bit of time to get into it, but using your little brain, you will get confident in no time. And for this to work, I think a bit of humility is also needed, because you cannot just go into it thinking that you are the best. You need to accept the fact that you will need to look at your own stupid mistakes, and some of them are really more stupid than it felt like in the actual moment. There are really some moments when I look back into my demos where I think, Jesus Christ, Bay, what were you thinking about? You need to accept that you did things wrong, which is also not an easy thing to do, so don't get scared away by it. It will feel a bit bad sometimes, but I do believe in you. You can do it. And our last rule for today, rule number 5. Have some private fun. And no, I don't mean anything kinky, you dirty-minded bastard. Reflecting is not the only thing you can do out of live matches. What I love to do is hop on a random map I wanna get better on, load in an exec file for nade practice and literally just be on the map, learning new flashes and smokes, trying to make up or find out new ones to use, or just run around and make up in my mind what important angles exist or what angles I could play. Maybe jump around, get used to the map, and just get used to being on the map. Trust me, this is truly a game changer, and here's why. In Counter-Strike, you will get bombarded with situations that are complicated and very often unclear, and being comfortable just existing in the game can make all the difference. It gives you a feeling that the game is your playground and the map is all yours to use. You can try flashes and set up a utility repeater that throws your last thrown utility again. What I love to do is use this to know how long and how much enemies are flashed in specific positions, and maybe even perfect my flashes that they are as effective as they can be. Of course, this means a lot of wide screens while practicing. Or it's also good to get used to the movement of the game, trying to move to advantageous positions, try out timings, or just simply looking at what angles even exist in the game. But instead of listening to me talk about it, you should try it out yourself. Here's the exec file code to do it. I put it in the description for you along with a video showing how to do exec files and auto exec files. And if you made it this far, I am very thankful that you watched my video. And you should now go and play this lovely game that keeps me as its slave and bitch since 16 years. And if I hear that you are mean to someone in the game, I am coming for you. Please treat other gamers as humans. They have it as hard or even harder as you do. And if you have anything that you want me to make a video about inside of CS, feel free to tell me. And I hope you have a very nice day. Bye!
If I gave away all the stuff that I had away, and I'll never express myself, and I'll always expect some pain coming out of my shoulder, gashing